In this video, we will see how to make money from TikTok today. We will not talk about outdated methods that no longer apply, but about modern ways with which not only you will build an audience on TikTok, but you will also be able to earn passive income from it every month. Also, today we will talk about TikTok, but the principles we will present apply to all social media platforms. Finally, what we will describe concerns businesses and brands. However, if you are just a content creator, this video is also for you because you can make money, as long as you have an audience, which we will see step by step how to build. It's very important not to miss a single minute of this video, as I will describe the entire process to you step by step in detail. Let's get started right away. And don't forget to give this video a like for good karma. Initially, you can apply everything we discussed to all the social media you use, but there is one platform you should focus on. Let's take a look at TikTok here. There are 3 ways to grow an audience: to buy an audience, to build an audience, and to borrow an audience. The first way is done with paid advertisements and you achieve instant growth. However, they are very expensive and not recommended for beginners. You will lose money, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Social media marketing is complex, it requires knowledge and experience. Therefore, for beginners, I would suggest staying away from it for now. The second way takes more time and is obviously done by creating content. The advantage is that you achieve more recognition and familiarity with your audience and build a brand. There are 2 ways to do this: short form and long form content. As you know, TikTok allows you to make videos up to 10 minutes long. Therefore, you can and should create both forms of content. Typically, videos up to 60 seconds are considered short form, while those from 1 minute to 10 minutes are considered long form. Short form content is ideal for gaining greater reach and briefly introducing yourself. It's perfect for the first introduction to your ideal follower. Usually, this is how we try to find a new audience. Long form content is ideal for building trust. You build trust only with long form content and by providing value. Below, we will take a closer look at how to do this. For now, let's look at the third way, which is to borrow an audience. This is usually done by appearing somewhere as a guest or through collaborations. If you go on someone else's podcast, for example, to talk about a topic, some of the followers of the podcast host will follow you. The same goes if you appear on a YouTube channel in the form of an interview. On TikTok, you can even collaborate with other content creators and tag each other in the video to exchange followers. This method has the following disadvantages. It lacks stability, especially with TikTok. Someone might see you once, and if they don't follow you immediately, they might not be able to find the collab video showing you again. It also depends on the reputation of the other person. In simple terms, if the other person does something and gets cancelled, it might affect you too and jeopardize your reputation. Finally, if the person you're collaborating with has a larger audience than you, obviously they won't invite you for free. You will need to pay them or offer some commission. Now let's see how to quickly increase your followers. The first step is to follow at least 10 accounts that do the same thing as you, or sell the same product as you if you are a business. In other words, your competitors who already have a large audience. Next, you need to see who follows these accounts. This is now a bit difficult on social media due to privacy restrictions. For example, you often can't see the list of followers of some accounts if they have chosen the corresponding setting. And logically, large accounts usually have their list of followers. Therefore, the way to find your ideal client is through the comments on their videos. The next step is to go to those accounts you have followed and find their 10 most viral videos. Viral. A video is defined as viral if it has at least 10 times the views compared to the followers. For example, if an account has 10,000 followers and a video gets 100,000 views, then that video is viral. Here, you need to sit down with each of these accounts and watch their top 10 viral videos. Try to understand what these videos have in common with each other. Is it the hook, the idea, the humor, some trending audio, or was it engaging? After you complete this process, you will have 100 videos. Here, I suggest creating a spreadsheet to work more systematically. In the first column, write the account name. In the next column, include the profile link for easy access. In another column, list the viral videos. In the next column, provide your assessment of what made it viral. Next, take each of these 100 videos and see how you can replicate them. You can repurpose it, you can adapt it to your own niche. It should match the personality and style of your content. Then you will conduct tests to find your algorithm. With this technique, you have a high chance of going viral, since you're doing something that has proven to go viral in the past. However, be careful not to fall into the trap of the followers roller coaster. That is, new followers keep coming in and the old ones leave, resulting in the number staying constant. This happens when you go viral and don't provide value. If you don't give the viewer a reason to stay, then obviously they will leave. That's why it's important, as I mentioned before, to make a combination of the two forms of content, short and long. This way, you continuously gain new followers while also retaining the old ones. Now let's see what content you should upload. Generally, there are 3 types of content: content to build your audience, content to build your brand, and content to make sales, to earn money. For someone to view your content, it must meet the 3 Rs: reach, resonance, revenue. Reach means how many users your video is shown to, or in other words, how many people your video reaches on the For You page. Resonance is important because it needs to evoke a relate feeling in the viewer, meaning they should identify with what you are saying or showing in the video. This way, engagement is encouraged. If someone relates to your video, they will likely hit like and possibly leave a comment, which helps the algorithm suggest your video to other users. Finally, revenue obviously pertains to generating profit. Here, if you are selling something, if you have a business account, your video should show, indicate, or imply in some way the use of the product or service you are selling. Let's now take a look at the frozen content, the so-called drafts. You don't need to rack your brain every time about what content to create or rush to catch up with the trends. Sit down 1 or 2 days a month and create bulk content, so you always have at least 50 in reserve videos in the drafts. This way, you can take a video from the freezer and add a trending audio. And this is an easy technique to keep up with the trends. Now, if one of your videos does really well, make many similar ones, replicate it over and over. Even better, after some time, repost the exact same video. No one will remember it, and it will do well again. Many times we think we are very important and that all eyes are on us. People don't care about you, I can't put it more simply. Let alone remember which of your videos was uploaded and did well, etc. Now I will describe a technique where you can apply all 3 rupees in one video. I remind you, the 3 Rs are reach, resonance, revenue. Your video must have 3 things. It should be in a viral style to achieve a broad reach. It should have a strong hook to immediately engage the viewer. And it should also have a call to action, meaning it should tell the viewer what you want them to do at the end. Let's look at them one by one. For broad reach, the easiest way is to create viral style content. That is, anything trending on your For You page. Ideally, use trending audios. Another way to catch trends is through current events. If something is big news, comment on it even in a simple caption. The goal here is semi-viral, meaning the aim is not for a lot of people to see your video, but to create significant engagement to build a trust relationship that will eventually lead to conversion. The video should also start with either a visual hook or an audio hook. Examples of visual hooks. These include food, stirring coffee, having a strange expression on your face, etc. In general, the human mind operates on the logic of continuation. I want to see what happens next, or I want to see the completion of a process. For example, if you start the video by cutting a pizza, that's the hook, because the viewer wants to see all 8 pieces cut. An example of an auditory hook is encouraging someone to stay until the end by teasing what you will say. For example, how I managed to lose 20 kilos using this technique. So, someone who resonates with this and wants to learn how to do it will stay to learn the method themselves. Another hook is answering a big question that troubles your ideal client or audience. Here, of course, the prerequisite is to know your audience well. If, for example, you have a business that provides coaching on how someone can start their own business, you can start the video with the hook. How to start a business. Another hook is controversial content, meaning content that provokes reactions. This requires great caution and skill. Another hook is drama, or beef. For example, what to do if someone is stealing your content, see what happened to me. Another hook is content that shows results, important if you are selling something. I gave you some ideas, but as you understand, there are many hooks that you can apply and adapt to your own content. Finally, but most importantly of all, some psychological tips. Don't be afraid to start from scratch or when you are still small, when you are small channels, small accounts, don't be afraid. You will start from zero, everyone starts from there. Don't get caught up in sold-out mindset, thinking, who will listen to me with just 50 followers, who will watch me? With continuous effort and if you apply what we discussed in this video, growth is certain. Don't be afraid to change your content as often as needed and adapt. If something isn't working, change it. Don't be afraid to be cringe. Everyone was cringe when they started. In fact, the more cringe, the better. See what others are doing and copy them. Build relationships with your audience. Reply to comments. Reply to DMs. Before you hit the record button, think about your audience. What do they want to see? What do they want to hear? What do they want to learn from you? Don't fall into the trap of self-promotion. Not that it does any harm, it just won't make you money. Write to me below. What strategy will you implement to grow on TikTok? And as always, stay away from scams and see you in the next video.